Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eye Kenobi Showbie with me, the lovely Julia.
And me, the lovely Richard.
And it's the beginning of another exciting week here from jolly old Worthing at the edge of the South Downs at the front of the English Channel. And by the wonders of magic, we have sunshine and bubble. Where'd the bubbles go? We had sunshine and... Oh, this. Marv, they're coming. How are you, lovely Julia?
I'm very good, thank you. And how are you, lovely Richard?
I am very well, thank you very much. It's very kind of you to ask. And how are you out there in the Vobosphere? Hope you had a wonderful weekend doing things that you do at the weekend. Now, of course, you've got to remember, not everybody happened to have the joyous sunshine because some people are on different parts of the world. And there are some people who are coming out of the summer, if they're down in Australia or New Zealand or that neck of the woods, and heading towards winter. Oh, you sad, sad people. But we are coming out of, we're out of winter now. We're in the spring and heading towards the summer. Yoo-hoo!
Very much.
So we're very excited about that. Some more so than others, maybe. But anyway, lovely Julia, I suppose we ought to find out who's in the Vobosphere tonight.
Who have we in the chat
Now,
box
I have,
this
on
evening?
strict authority, if I give you the mouse, you can control the scrolly on the thingy jiggy.
Yes. It does help.
Yes. Then you can see, then you can actually see who's here.
Well, I don't know. It depends because the chat might not show up everyone who's
Well,
wanted,
that's true.
It does that sometimes.
We can only show up those that talk.
We can see.
Yes, because we do completely appreciate that there are some people who are sitting back, stuffing their faces with chocolate cream cookies, watching the show, but not actually participating in the chat, and therefore we cannot actually mention you.
But we say hello to you anyway.
Yes, of course we do. Of course we do. Hello, you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you.
Hello, you. What are you doing?
How are you diddling?
I'm diddling very well.
So, this evening we have the lovely Colonel Cragratty, the lovely Station Master's Choice, the lovely Andy Stacey.
Andy Stacey.
Oh, I got a strolly.
Yeah,
Strolly. The lovely Alison O'Brien, the lovely Zom Coco, the lovely Audrey Forbes Hamilton, the lovely Judith, the lovely Daniel Watkins, the lovely Tall Podge Rog from Guildford, the lovely Kathy B, the lovely Clive Waterfall. We also have the lovely Dave Ivad, the lovely Jen Colley, the lovely Justine Jones. Oh, Justine.
Uh-oh, stand by, foot alert.
I have to stick my foot back in my shoe now.
It's all right. I've got a garden pen.
You can shut up, my feet are clean.
Oh, are they?
Aye,
All
they
right.
are. We also have
Yes.
the lovely Anna Jones, the lovely Michael White, the lovely Kerry Baldwin, the lovely Tim DeShazer, if I've pronounced that right, from Alvin Texas.
Elvin's Taxis. Taxi, mate. To the Vobe studio. Oh, I'm already here.
Did you just knock your elbow?
Yeah.
Did that hurt?
No.
Oh, good. Shame.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
We also have
Yeah.
the lovely Sean Ford, the lovely Mark Burgess, the lovely Paul Cockerill,
Yeah.
the lovely Steve Baker.
You missed out Audrey Forbes.
I know, I said Audrey Forbes.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
No, you weren't. Nobody ever listens to me.
You know, I'm not listening.
Woo! We also have the lovely Sensible Paul, the lovely Helen Hicklin, the lovely Glyn Horton, the lovely Linda Kane, the lovely Jeff Sussex, the lovely Ernie Samat, the lovely... Any new names there? The lovely Eastbourne couple. And the lovely Tracy Murphy, the lovely Ralph Tomlinson, the
Jackie
lovely
and Miles.
Sean Ford. I don't think I said you. The lovely, sorry, where?
Jackie and Miles.
Jackie.
Just above the horses. Yeah, Jackie and Miles. Look.
Oh right, Jackie and Miles. Oh, JNHW. Okay. Hello, Jackie and Miles, and we also the lovely Jackie and the lovely.
Yes,
Miles.
you've got to get the
lovely
lovelies in.
Andrew Norris, the
Yep.
Golden Throat. We have the lovely I've said Justine Jones because I showed you my sock. The lovely Alan Skiro. And that's all I have available to see at the moment.
Marvellous.
So good evening, everybody.
Good evening. It's lovely to see you. Nice to have you here. We've got a full programme of stuff. Now, if you remember on Friday's wonderful show where we had a lovely conversation about all sorts of exciting things, which I know many of you tried to replay Friday's show just so that you could. But unfortunately, there was a slight technical hitch that we didn't want YouTube to come along and clap us down because there was a subject which I mentioned briefly. Very, very small amount of mentions. And that I know that YouTube have a policy to shut you down if you happen to talk about certain subjects. So we didn't want to be shut down. Otherwise, what would we do on a Monday evening, a Wednesday evening, and indeed a Friday evening? But on that Monday evening, we didn't get time, because I hadn't sellotaped my mouth up, to play in a couple of videos. So we got those on top of a whole load of exciting others which have come in. Plus, Bonnie has gone ballistic with the flowers. We've got about 3 flower quizzes to get through. Oh. And her raisonnette is that the more she shows you the same flower, the more you'll get it into your fat heads and learn it. And I tell you, we need to have it in our fat heads and learn it, don't we? Because we happen to go into a lovely wood at the weekend, and we were trying to identify some of the flowers, and we said, look, we ought to know all this, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we photographed them, didn't we? And then we sat in my garden afterwards, and we were looking through his little book saying of
which flower was which. Could we
weren't
identify
very successful. We successfully identified wood. No, I don't know how I'm pronouncing this right, but an anemone?
Wood enemies.
Wood
anemones.
Anemone.
Wood animosities. The wooden enemy of
I'm
the...
struggling with. Oh, hello, Lord Geoffrey Harrison.
Oh,
lovely.
sorry. Yeah, Lord Geoffrey, pull your forelock.
Oh.
Word, I'm going to clean out, muck out the cows as soon as I finish the show, Lord Geoffrey. Honestly, I will go and do it, my lordship. Only I've got my tiny little hobby, see? By the way, is G Ramps? Did you see G Ramps?
I haven't seen G Ramps.
Oh, Lord, I hope he's not in a ditch. I had a visitation from Chris. He came in his electric car. It's a little 2-wheeler thing. And he came all the way from near Bath. See, hello there. And he came over to deliver some nice little presents and things for the old Vobes eyeball. A new lens for the eye, which is very generous of him, very nice chap. And then we went over to visit you, sat in your garden, and at a party. Little Joe was doing cartwheels. He did that new juggling that I've taught him. He's very good at that. He takes his head off and throws it from hand to hand and back again, puts his head back on the wrong way round.
You've been watching too much Labyrinth, except I know you haven't actually seen it.
Yeah, there you go. And anyway, and then we sent him on his way. He said, no, I'm going to go and visit my sister first, and then I'm coming. He says, I've got to get back for 8 o'clock because there's this bald bloke and this girl with purple hair I got to see. So off he goes in his electric car, which he charged me a lot of money. No, I mean, he charged it at the supermarket here. They got one of these genie points. Don't ask. Anyway, it took about half an hour to set up an account so that he could charge it up. I said you could plug it in at my house. Oh, no, take forever at your house. I said, I'm not that mean. I'll give you the electric. I said, I've got a nice bag of it sitting there. Anyway, the point being is if he's not home now, I'm slightly concerned.
Yeah. Did you get an email?
I didn't get an email. He said he'd...
Have you checked?
Well, I haven't checked lately. I mean, I've been checking every...
We have some newbies.
Oh, right.
New arrivals, I mean.
Go on.
The lovely Mike Stevens.
Yeah.
The lovely Pastor Flaps. Or is it Pastor Flaps?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, the lovely Darren Howell. The lovely John B. New arrivals this
Oh, marvellous. Yes, sorry about that. I've just been sent a picture of, apparently, Lord Jeffreys says this is a nice new loaf of bread that looks like me.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I can't see the glasses or anything. I'm not quite sure what he's talking. Oh, hello, it's the tiles. We got watching the Vogue show.
Apparently.
I think so. Yeah, thanks, Lord Jeffrey. Thanks for sending that in. Yeah, it does. Send it over. So, yeah, slightly worried about young G Ramps. But he may turn up. If he turns up, can you please let us know? We want to know because he was there on his little scooter heading off 562 miles via John O'Groats. And you should have heard this electric car.
That couldn't be further from the truth, could it?
No, it couldn't be further.
It was even quieter than my beast of a car.
Yeah, and you've got a beast of a car. I've heard it. The hot rod of Lancing, isn't it?
Sorry?
The hot rod of Lancing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your car.
Yeah.
It's got
Smiling and nodding.
It's got one of them great big coronium. I love that word since we've been reading it in London Belongs to Me. Cronium exhaust pipe with the noise of an alligator stuffed down a rhinoceros's gizzard. That's the sound it makes.
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, shall we have a quick... We'll go into the first of our quizzes.
Okay.
Because we might as well do that. Because we've got a number of them to keep coming back to. So let's have a look at that. We go into the quiz. And, of course, I don't know what I've done with the email now. Where have I
You
put...
have a look for that. And I'm going to say hello to Sean James Cameron, who's just arrived.
Oh, hello, Sean.
And we also have a newbie to the channel. Sean, hello. Another Sean. And Elaine Whitelock, she says, I'm late for a very important date.
Did we show these the other day? I think we... No, wait a minute. Saturday the 24th. Couldn't have shown
Couldn't have
these.
shown them on Friday.
Yeah.
Although we could show the ones from Friday again, couldn't we?
Or we could just show anyway. Here is the first of the flower quiz. Guess your flowers. Are you ready? Start us all. Is Bonnie there? I assume she's there. I haven't seen her name because we don't know what they are.
No, I haven't seen her name pop up.
Oh dear. Well, it's if she's not there, we'll...
Linda Kane will know,
we'll
don't
scrub
worry.
that. So here's the first one. Now, we saw something like that, didn't we?
We did, although that looks more like a pansy shape than the ones we saw.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we did.
Because we weren't sure if it was a wild pansy that we were looking at.
We saw a purple one, bit similar to that, but slightly different. And we had no idea. We thought it was one of those winkle pickers. But we couldn't...
Periwinkle, you mean?
Oh, yeah, that's it. It's a
Violets.
violet. All right, everyone knows that one. Fair enough, then.
Excellent.
Here's the next one. Is that wild garlic? I'm beginning to...
That's what I was going to say, but...
Is that wild garlic? That's the next one on the list. Is it? Do tell us.
Is it?
Could be wild garlic. Could be taken on holiday. Who knows?
Who knows?
Okay, let's see. Anybody come on? Oh, dog violet. Wild garlic. There we are. Kerry Baldwin's in there. Next up is now. Here we go. Is that?
I have those growing in my garden.
Yes. Isn't that?
I don't know. What is that?
Speedwell? Is it Speedwell? Is that Speedwell? Corduroy trousers. Is that? Is it not Speedwell? Wild woman. Herb. Robert. You're just putting up any old words that come to mind. What is the pink thing there? That Speedwell, I think, is blue.
Red hairy stems. Because that's taken over.
Geranium can't be a geranium.
Quite a few.
Crane's bill.
Triple sec.
Speedwell is blue. Yes, that's what I thought. It's all coming back to me. Here we go. What's that?
Oh, those. I want to say forget-me-nots, but I'm probably wrong. I almost.
Are they
always
forget-me-nots? They look a bit like forget-me-nots. I don't do wild, says John B. We made wild garlic butter, says Eastbourne couple.
Garlic
Crane's
butter?
bill. I thought Crane's bill was a
boy.
bird. Forget-me-nots. Right, okay. Phew, we got that one right. What are these? They're like
They're like bluebells.
What were the ones that we looked in the book the other day? We saw them.
Snowdrops.
Not snowdrops. They were like snowdrops, but it said they were something like Audrey nose. Audrey nose. Oh, that's an Audrey nose. White bells. It was white bells, wasn't it?
Must be.
Lily of the Valley. Three-cornered leek. The three-cornered leek. What? I don't know what they're talking about now. And finally, nobody will guess these.
Ooh.
Are they
Those are Spanish.
They're the Spanish ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I've been learning a bit more of the differences, and having seen a forest floor covered in English bluebells the other day, I can see very clearly that these are not those.
Yeah, there we go. Spanish bell. Marvellous. Right, okay. Bonnie's not actually...
Fabulous.
Bonnie's clearly not there, so there's no point doing the rest of them. But anyway, bells of St. Trinian's, Spanish. Marvellous. Well, that's good. Now, we were down in the woods, were we not, lovely Julia?
Yes,
we went to do some work, actually, because I wanted to put an idea to lovely Julia about what's going to happen in the Vobes show down the line, and I wanted to thrash out this thing. So we went off in the van and had a picnic rather than sit out here in my house. Anyway, whilst we were there, we were in a lovely little lane in the middle of nowhere, trying out the van, not doing a video, just having a bit of a chinwag about life, the universe and everything. And we parked in this lane called Spithandle Road. Lane. It's a lovely little lane.
There was no one else on it.
No one there. It was quiet. We found a quiet, discreet bit. There was a bit of a gate next to the Whiston estate. But we didn't park in front of the gate.
We managed to park off.
Park all
away
that
from the
because all
gate.
that land there is private. You see,
Chains around the gate and everything.
chains around the gate. There's
There was
no
another gate opposite as well.
no public access to it at all. And we just happened to notice as we parked up, which was happy chance, that in the woods opposite was a lot of bluebells.
The bluebells.
But we didn't go in because obviously it's private land.
Yeah.
We didn't go in.
It was, yeah. No, we didn't.
We
but we
didn't.
watched 500,000 other people
But we could
arrive
not believe
and go
it.
in.
We were sitting
so
there
much
with
for a quiet spot.
at a nice quiet spot. We cooked up a little bit of a lunch and we were sitting there with nice cold drinks and the cups of tea and all of that. And these cars kept coming. They stopped up and they went, no disrespect. No respect for the privacy of the land, clambered over chained up gates and then just trudged through the bluebells in the woodland. But it wasn't like just one. At first, the first family, they kept.
We were sat there going, not so sure they should be doing
And
that.
not only that, they
unless they own it.
because they parked in front of the chained gate on our side of the road.
We had avoided parking.
That we hadn't parked, and then they went across the road where there was another chained gate, and just with their kids and just tramped about, and we just was watching them going. Well, I'm buggered. That does seem a bit, It's
I mean,
almost,
sure, there was no private signs or anything like that, but,
No, but
it
there
was
was a
fairly
gate.
obvious it was a private woodland.
yeah, you couldn't. And then more cars came, and they all started. I mean, we must have seen about 8 different cars over the course of about an hour and a half as we sat. Because in the end, we
more
didn't.
than that, more cars than that, I'm sure.
Yeah, we didn't want to go because we just wanted to sort of could not fathom the audacity of people, and yet. The weird thing was, we then went, I said, shall we go for a walk in the woods? I said, I know of a public footpath.
Yeah, just a few hundred yards up the road.
And a few hundred
there was
yards.
actual public footpath.
Which took you through Bluebell Woods, which was public accessible, no fear of tramping on the bluebells at all.
Lots of
beautiful,
different little
yeah,
routes to take through it.
perfect for taking the pictures. But they just came in with their big mucky boots and just trod in there with their big long lens cameras and their kids and their dogs. And one couple came away scrumping a whole load of wild garlic or something.
It wasn't wild garlic. I
Yeah,
can't remember what it was. But,
some herb, as the Americans say.
Very strange.
I could not believe it.
We were up in arms, weren't we?
We were like this.
What's going on here then?
What's going on?
Yeah, no, that's a Vobism if ever I heard one.
So,
I reckon we need to do another video, a video on the country code and about leaving nothing but footprints and shoot nothing but photographs and all that.
You should have shouted, "Get off my land," says Lordy.
Get off my land!
Well, we could have just sat there and said, "You do realise that is my land that you've just walked all over," which is why we've parked our van here. Because we looked quite official. Well, we didn't really look that official, sitting there with a picnic table rustling up. What did we have?
Scrambled
egg on muffins.
On a muffin bready thing.
We just sent you an email, says the Eastbourne couple. Don't tell me it was you. Wild garlic forage. It was you. It was you.
No,
foraging on our land, you were.
It wasn't wild garlic that they'd foraged anyway.
Oh, right, okay.
She just didn't know the name of it.
Here we go, look.
I should have taken a photograph of it.
That doesn't... Look, that looks like it's all in rows.
Yeah,
It looks like you're...
That looks like the other one.
That looks like you're on
The
private...
other one, because there's two that look similar, isn't it? The wild garlic and... Not lily of the valley.
But that is wild garlic. I recognise that from when I did my walk and I said, "Oh, I wonder what that is. Can somebody tell me what it is?" And then about 400 people went, "Duh, it's wild garlic, isn't it?" And I thought, OK, that's wild garlic. I shall never forget that one then. And the whole banks, Midland Bank, the NatWest, you try and name some banks when you're on the air. U-Bank, yes, Chris, very good, like it.
It is wild garlic.
It is wild garlic. But it looks like a farm because it just looks like it's all in rows, but it's clearly not. It's just the way it was.
Yeah.
I'm just trying.
Natural patterning.
Yeah, I'm just trying to cause mischief.
Yes, Kerry Baldwin, and don't hang your dog poo in the trees.
Oh my God!
You've
What
gone
is
to
it?
the effort of bagging it. Sure, okay, hang it in the tree if you're coming back past the tree, and you'll take it off the tree and put it in the bin. Okay, that's one thing, but
You see, I have a theory.
It's not nice.
I have a theory that the lockdown has brought people who wouldn't ordinarily go into the forests and woods out, and they don't know the country code. Just as you were saying, They have no concept of not leaving gates. Climbing over a gate that's chained up, just knowing that must be private, but because there's bluebells in it, oh, well, I've got a camera, it'll be all right if we go in, nobody else is going in. Wait a minute, there's 20 other thousand people just suddenly tramping about. Oh, all these bluebells bloody trampled down.
The funny thing is, as soon as one person or one set of people do it and other people are driving past looking to do similar thing, and they're doing that, that must be fine to do that there.
Yeah, everyone just by osmosis assumes it's absolutely right. Bin it and bag it. Exactly. That's what I would do with them. Jodrell Bank, doing a banky. But nobody's actually mentioning. We've mentioned this. I thought people would be outraged, but nobody's bothered.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, have they?
I did see.
Sure.
Agreed about the country code. Too many unaware of it, not publicised enough. There was more somewhere. Oh, you can go into the park now because the shop is open.
All right. Dogs who bark a lot love trees.
I'm sure I saw more comments on
Yeah,
it.
no, they're not listening to us. They're talking amongst themselves. It's fine. Shall I talk about masks?
Talk about masks and I'm walking out that door.
Well, that one I've just locked and bolted and got the key in my pocket. Ow.
So I've got you. I use you as a.
I use me as a battering ram.
Let's face it, you've had plenty of practice. Plenty of practice.
Yes, when I was a school kid, I was used as a battering ram by the local yobs. Ow, still sore after all these years. It wasn't that long ago. Thank you. I think we should play in one of the videos that we didn't manage to play in last time.
Yes.
That's a good idea. Let's nip into the video box. And in today's Let's Go into the video box and have a gander and see what it is. It's Bernie with his final, obviously the very final, Eastbourne look. But Bernie, we've been enjoying it. Let's hope that sun is still early morning shining, or we want our money back.
When it was built, it's going to pan to the left, and I'm going to stop about there, because in the centre of the picture, as you see now, is where the edge of the cliff was, and the lighthouse was built. And when it was originally built, it stood about there. And in foggy weather was no good at all. And then, late 80s, 90s, the then owner, with all television and around the world, the building was moved physically 77 foot back down the cliff to where it is now, and the foundations on which it stands are capable of making sure that it can be moved further down if necessary, because those cliffs are eroding at an alarming rate. The restoration of the actual lamp room right at the top was carried out by the BBC, who bought the lease to Beltoot in 1986 to film The Life and Loves of a She-Devil. And there was a Bond film made here as well, The Living Daylights, I think it was. It's now quite a posh bed and breakfast, but you can see where the original roadway up to it was. That's now considered too dangerous for motor vehicles, so they built a new approach to it. And I don't know if you can just make out, difficult to see on film, but there's like a little track, traces of a track going up the hillside. That was what the Canadians used in the Second World War. They had these sort of cardboard cutout things of tanks going up the hillside for their target practice. And needless to say, there was a bit of damage done to the bell tank during that time. I am going to come just up here, and it's all right. I'm not close enough to the edge to be in any danger. But you'll see there is the current day lighthouse, and you'll see some of the erosion. See how those rocks are approaching the lighthouse in the distance there. There we are, built in 1902 to place to build to. I believe with Cornish granite. There we are.
Well, I think that was rather scary at the end there, with you hanging on to the cliff edge, looking down at the lighthouse from 1902. I'm always amazed at that zoom on your camera.
Yeah,
it
he was
seems to-
gobsmacked. He's like, it just keeps going.
just keeps going. You zoom in and then zoom in, and then in there you can see the poor old lighthouse keeper trying to have a mushroom sandwich, and it's like, do you mind, little dot on the horizon, filming me from over there? It's an outrage, but it's very good. Loved that.
Another lovely video. Thank you, Bernie.
And it's a shame it's come to the end. We're looking forward to you nipping out now in the early mornings and bringing us a whole load of different aspect of whatever stuff is in aspect. Marmite. Aspic. Oh, that's aspic, isn't it? Not marmite. Marmalade. Marmalade. Is it marmalade that's in aspic? Something that they keep things in aspic. What do they keep in aspic?
I don't know. What is aspic?
Aspic's that sort of jelly stuff that they put things in, isn't it?
Oh,
When you get a good aspect, you look over the view. That's a different thing. That's
Yeah.
it, yeah. Anyway,
I got that much.
moving on. How is the comments, lovely Julia?
Linda Kane says, I wonder if, when, they'll move it again. Not sure they realised how quickly the cliffs are falling. The Life and Loves of She-Devil was filmed there too.
Oh, was it? The Lives and Loves of She-Devil.
Apparently so.
If I knew what that was, I would be impressed. But I'm impressed by the title, The Lives and Loves of, what was it, She-Devil?
Of She-Devil, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Very good.
Apparently that was played by Julie T. Wallace.
Whoever she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, international famous Edward T. Wallace. Did you say Edward?
What?
Did she say Edward T. Wallace?
Julie.
Oh, Julie T. Wallace, yes. Now,
Edward, Julie.
there we go. That's better. I'll make sure all of that. Yes, Edward, Julie, same old thing, isn't it, Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Julie.
That's it. Yeah, no problem there. So, so that was it. So have you been out over the weekend trespassing on other people's land to get pictures of bluebells? Be interested to know. We have got a video about bluebells because somebody else has been, but they didn't go trespassing. You can watch the video in a second and I will show you. It's from Simon, now I don't know how you pronounce your name, Hulber, I think it is, and he was originally from Singapore, but he's managed to escape from Singapore and come back, as far as I can tell from the email, which I briefly read just before the show as I was downloading the videos. And he said, I hope you remember me. Of course I remember you, Simon. What was his name? You're the one with the lovely haircut and your immaculate shirts. Everyone's got a nice haircut and immaculate shirts. So it's got to be you. And we're going to have a look at your bluebells whilst we're talking about bluebells. Not that we were, but we are again now talking about them. That's not bluebells, that's Bernie's. There we go.
Just testing the system.
Just testing this. And the system needs testing because it's never blooming working.
The system is just testing us.
Yes, we're tested by it. Here is Simon's bluebells.
Just a very, very quick video. A new route we found today. We just, I don't know where we are. We walked up from Little Norton and we're trying to head back in a circular route. But anyhow, look at this just mass of bluebells within the woods. It's just covered in them. I've never seen anything so profuse. Just another mass of bluebells.
Like lavender farm, right?
Yeah, it looks like lavender farm. Amazing. It really brings colour against all that green, you know.
A few weeks, huh?
Yeah.
All this here, all this, see all this.
Yeah, so I think on the side bushes here, this is just starting to pop through, so this will be a mass of bluebells as well. Okay, so that was just a very quick one. I've got to do a bit of running now to catch up with her.
There you go. More bluebells.
Fabulous.
More bells of blue that you couldn't throw a stick at. And did you notice how Simon and the lovely Mrs. Simon stayed on the path and did all that filming, which was fantastic. They were, I think by the end of the season, people will be sick of bluebells, won't they?
Well, it's like Blackthorn. They're on my tree group on Facebook. Not my tree group, but the tree group that I help admin on
The
Facebook.
ancient sacred group of
Britain's
trees.
ancient sacred trees. Yes.
That's it.
But, it's just been blackthorn after blackthorn after blackthorn. No, I have no problem with it. It's been great, but it is like when's hawthorn coming in next?
Yeah, and then it would be just pictures of hawthorn, which would be
But now-
similar stuff.
Now it's just bluebells.
Now it's
with a
bluebell.
few hawthorns.
Yeah, with a couple of
blackthorns,
trees
I mean.
stuck out.
But apparently,
Yeah.
just a couple more weeks, and then the bluebells should be in their full.
The bluebells?
Yeah, should be like more of them should be out.
Oh, I see. What
should
more?
be their full flow.
Well,
There
I'm
you go.
hoping to obviously catch more bluebells, but there's also other things coming up at the same time. And has Bonnie turned up yet?
I haven't
We
seen
had
her
this.
popping in.
We have this quiz. I'm not going to show it if Bonnie's not here because she's got the official answers, and we may all be guessing, and we may all be wrong. There's only one judge and jury in this show. Isn't that right, Eric? It's down there in the basement, cowering away. The bluebells in London are really over.
Are already over.
Are they? So that's it.
Strange.
Mark's Adventures says, "Oh, do you like my new name for the channel?"
Mark's Adventures.
Mark who? Is that Mark Selwood?
I think so.
Is that Mark?
Is that you, Selwood?
Is that you, Selwood? I mean, if you change your name, how are we supposed to know? But don't do a Sean James Cameron and change your name every 10 seconds. Because Sean, I mean, what are you this week, by the way, Sean? I mean, last week it was...
It's just Sean James Cameron this week.
Oh, it's just Sean James. Just keep it at that. That's probably the best.
No, he's explained why he does it.
Oh, he's doing a
To-
dig for victory and
Yeah,
he's...
it's to promote his little projects.
Yes, that's true.
It's understandable.
Yes.
We can always tell who he is, though, because it always starts with
No,
Sean
it's
James
not.
Cameron.
It's not. It's now. It's Mark's Adventures. It's Mark Donny McLeod.
Oh, I see.
You see
Donny
how easy it is to
McLeod.
be, because the other one was Mark's beautiful landscapes or beautiful views or beautiful something or other.
Something like that.
Eric is very quiet. He is very quiet tonight. We've muzzled him. I put the mask. Well, I was going to talk about masks, but he's got the mask on, so we can't discuss it at the moment. Richard, send her an email. LOL. Yeah, send who? Oh,
Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie. I was going to send Clyde the email and see if Bonnie gets it. So now, what other things have we got to talk about on tonight's show? Not very much, really.
Not a lot.
To be honest with you.
Actually.
So
Bubbles.
There is somebody who likes to talk with trees and read poetry. You like a bit of poetry.
Yes, I do. And I love trees.
And you love trees. So you're going to
Something
love the next item because it's a video of our mate Sean. It's not Sean James Cameron, but Sean Ford. Is Sean Ford there?
He is.
He's marvellous, marvellous. There we are. You see, when Julia's in, she can keep an eye on the comments, so I don't have to. So I don't always know who's there, you see, because half my brain is just...
I'm not always accurate. But
Well, that's fair enough.
I'm just nosy.
And after
Beggar.
this, we'll take one of your lovely phone calls on 0793 4746 790. The number is on the screen. Did he say it?
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Here's our number, so call us maybe.
Don't be lazy. After the video. So let's go into the video box one more time. And who are we going to? Sean Ford, of course, yes. I've got to get in there. Sean Ford. Here it is. This is Talking with Trees, The Willow.
Hello friends, this week Talking with Trees I'm off to search for the willow. In fact I know where this tree is, I know it quite well, I've been there many times. And in fact I embedded this ring safely, I didn't hurt the tree, inside the tree for over a month in the summertime of 2019. So I've grown quite attached to the tree if you like. It's just over there in fact. So I'm going to go and look for it, I know where it is, but I'm going to read it some more poetry by Cicely Mary Barker. Let's go. There she is. There she is. So this, as far as I know, very certain that it is a goat willow tree or pussy willow tree. I think it's a female, and there's a male living next to her as well. And I'll do some close-ups in a moment for you. But let's read some poetry. Up. Here we are. By the peaceful stream or the shady pool, I dip my leaves in the water cool. Over the water I lean all day, where the sticklebacks and the minnows play. I dance when the breezes blow, and dip my toes in the stream below.
And here's the book I'm working from. 252 beautiful drawings with a poem for each fairy. Cicely was born in Croydon in 1895 and died in 1973. She was first published nearly 100 years ago. In my last video I said 200, so apologies for that. But as you can see, there's some outstanding drawings and wonderful poetry.
Well, thank you folks for listening to my Talking with Trees, this time beautiful willow, and next time I'll be out looking for another tree. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching.
There we are, a bit of pure magic there.
Lovely.
And what a lovely book. Sorry about some of the audio levels in there, nothing to do with us, but absolutely charming book. And I assume that the Cecily did the drawings herself as well as the poems. It wasn't sort of illustrated by somebody else, but marvellous. And all those lovely fairies. I imagine you'd be interested in the fairies and things. Yeah.
That lovely tree that you spoke to and told a poem to reminded me of one of the trees that we saw on was it Saturday we went?
Which,
no, it was Sunday.
When?
To Spithandle Bluebell Woods.
Oh, Spithandle, that was
That was Sunday.
what day is it today?
It was yesterday.
Yesterday.
Was it only yesterday?
It was only yesterday. I know it feels like a whole lifetime.
It does, really.
Yes.
But anyway,
I was trying to forget it as well, but it was such a bad experience.
No, it reminded me of this beautiful big holly tree that tumbled down some time ago, and it's still thriving and it's still going, and just these massive,
Branches.
chunky, trunks.
Trunks.
Well, yeah. And without even thinking about it, because normally I kind of wait and it sounds silly, but I kind of ask the tree, may I climb you? And if I feel any negativity, I don't climb it. But I didn't even, I'm hoping it was just the tree like drawing me in, saying, come in, climb me. So up I went. It was wonderful. It was lovely. Had a nice hug. And we were wondering whether it was a holly tree or a because the leaves very much looked like bay leaves, didn't they? But it wasn't. So I went to grab one. I was like, nope, ouch, that's a holly leaf. Very funny. But yeah, lovely. Thank you for the video.
Thank you, Sean. Very much appreciate that. Looking forward to the next one. I wonder what the next tree will be. Any guesses? Is it a birch tree? Is there one? And the poems, are they directed to those particular trees, or they're just poems that you're just reading from that book? That not random poems, but they're not tree like a willow poetry.
Let's see what you did there.
Anyway, we'll take a phone call. 0793 474 6790. Give us a tinkle and we will answer your call. Hey, it's crazy. We're not lazy. Give us a callie and we'll answer it.
Maybe.
If you're nice. If you're nice. We won't take any phone calls about masks today unless you're going to the Mickey Mouse masked ball and you've got great big ears and big feet. We're just waiting for the phone now to ring.
Michael White says trees are abrupt. They bark at you sometimes.
That's true. They are very good, like it. Is he chasing David Vad for the jokes now?
Maybe.
We're going to have a second scriptwriter on this show before we know what happens.
Station Master's Choice says, last tree I talked to threw a pine cone at me. Rotten thing.
Oh.
And Sean Ford says he always asks the tree if it's okay to talk to them.
I think this is working today. Normally, when I say 0793 474 60790, you get...
Hello?
Sean James
I'm on
Cameron.
the Vobes show! Yeah. I thought
Nothing.
it was funny, wasn't it?
Well,
It
it
was
was,
funny.
they're laughing. Somebody's laughing. They're laughing with Gravy. Remember Laughing Gravy?
No?
Laurel and Hardy?
Nope.
They called their dog Laughing Gravy. It's a... oh, never mind. Da 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 dee 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 dee. We good old Laughing Gravy. That's all good. Have you had any texts from Boris recently?
No.
Oh, well...
Should I?
Yeah, well, you know, he's... I thought he might fix it for you. I thought that was Jim. Jim used to do all that, didn't he?
Don't mention him.
But he's now, luckily, he's dead. But apparently, you know, if you've got a broken Dyson, you can send it back and Jim will fix it Boris will fix it for you. So it's quite handy. I believe that he... didn't he have a dodgy Dyson Hoover or something? And he texted the Prime Minister and said, here, this broken down... Carrie's got to clean this flat up before she spends the £2.3 million on it. Apparently, the new furniture for the because she doesn't like who's that place that John Lewis. She doesn't like John Lewis. It's all a bit beneath her. So what they're using now is, you may be aware that the Conservatives, Boris, ordered for this wonderful new plush place where they do all the public relations, where they do the announcements. Right at the end of the COVID thing, they said, oh yes, we've had this 2 million presentation platform made, all blue with flags and what have you. It cost £2.5 million. Well, Carrie liked it so much, she said, oi, you can't have that, we're having that in our flat. So that's why they've spent that. And apparently some of our donors, or was it Conservative donors? Anyway, nice donors have donated kidneys to them. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I was hoping in the midst of that the phone would ring. But they haven't. Never mind. Let us go to another video. Fortunately, we have videos, folks, to get through on the show like this.
That's lucky, isn't it?
Oh, now I'm going to a
vocal.
video. You ring. See, it's the threat of that, isn't it? Let's find out who it is. Headphones on. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the call. Desperate calls are us. Hello.
Hello, is that the Vobes
Yeah.
broadcasting catastrophe?
Yes, this is the Vobes broadcast. Yes, thank you. That's a good name, by the way. Write that down. Vobes Broadcasting Catastrophe.
And who should we say came up with that?
Yeah, VBC. VBC 1, the Vobes Broadcasting Catastrophe, the first episode. Who's calling?
My name's Jim. Gymnasium. You haven't seen me for some time.
Oh, fantastic, Jim. It's lovely to have your... I'm just turning the sound up to make sure we can't hear you. But we can. Where are you calling from, Jim?
Calling from Eastbourne.
Oh, lovely Eastbourne. We've had a correspondent from Eastbourne, but unfortunately fell off the cliff whilst filming the lovely lighthouse. We've not heard from him since.
I did think he had a rope tied round his foot just to stop him from falling over.
That's just falling down.
Oh yeah, sorry. We have had a catastrophe. A little piece of apparatus has just dropped off the top of the wind-up
fault.
computer. Was that your fault?
It was.
Oh well, I tell you what. At least the on-air sign is still working. Anyway, sorry about that, Jim. So you rang in to help us out. So please fire away. What's your how can we help you?
Well, my boss has been sort of getting on to me about your programme, you see.
Yes.
because my boss is Lord Elpers. You might have heard of him.
Oh, Lord help us. Is he anything to do with Lord Geoffrey Harrington?
No,
No.
he has got a brother called Evan.
Evan, good.
Yeah, Evan Elpers.
Oh, Evan help us. He's a good bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, we did have a fellow who was, he was all right, but he had a bit of a stammer.
Oh,
And he got kicked out of the pub, so, we thought, no, we couldn't have him.
because he had a stammer.
Yeah,
Oh,
the clear
yes,
stammer.
yes, of course, he was kicked out. I was a bit slow on that one. Very good. Yes, you had to get rid of him. He was not welcome, was he?
No.
That was funny, though. You've got to admit that. Well, I thought that was hilarious. That was an opportunity that clearly he cocked up. I mean, he could have been very nice and listened to the bloke and calmed him down a bit and said, "You know what? You're quite right. I haven't been in opposition very long. I only got the job, and then the catastrophe came. I mean, him and Boris, they both got their jobs, and then this pandemic came, and it's shown the mettle of their sides, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, both may have walked it, but actually, and we might have all been impressed because Boris did do Brexit. But with the pandemic, it's really showing who has got leadership, and sadly, neither of them have.
Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is,
Yeah.
my boss is saying about, you used to have Nookie Seaglass.
Yes.
Now, okay, she has disappeared,
Yes.
but you also, one day you were saying about Lee Lawson, because they said, don't bother about Britain. But, they could be from Scotland. And there's good
Britain,
things
Scotland
coming
is in Britain, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, in Britain, yeah, not England. Sorry, yes, you're right.
I just thought I'd clarify because that Britain is in England. I mean,
England is in Britain.
Yes, Scotland is in Britain. Britain.
Yeah.
I mean, Scotland. I don't know what would happen. What would happen if Scotland dissolve? Are they in Britain? Are they part of the UK?
You mean if they leave?
Yeah,
Britain?
if they dissolve, if they become an independent country. See, I think that whole thing is fascinating because who will be the Queen or the monarch? What monarch will they have? Because they don't have one.
But I mean, there's good stuff coming out of Scotland.
Like
There's
what?
The, Rabbi Burns,
Rabbi Burns.
the poet, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit old-fashioned, though. What else have they got apart from Iron Brew?
The best thing that comes out of Scotland is the M74.
Yeah, that's true, and it's bloody quick.
Yeah.
There's something very special to me in Scotland, and her name is Claire.
Claire, Scotland.
No, she lives in Scotland. She is Scottish.
She's a friend of yours.
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
Evidently.
Yes.
Scotland, actually. I used to live near Annan,
Where's that?
just over the border.
Oh, right.
What? East, west, in the middle?
No, west.
Near.
As you go, you got Gretna,
Yeah.
turn left,
Yeah.
and then you got Gretna. Gretna and then Annan.
Well, hang on.
and
If
then
you've gone to
Dumfries.
Gretna and turn left, you can't still be in Gretna.
No, sorry.
That's all right.
All right.
Please don't apologise on this show. We all make mistakes.
Plenty of them, heaven knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know, mistakes, what I was thinking about. The boss says if people are upset with you,
Yeah.
they should spend 5 rust-proof pounds and, you'll send them an email apologising. If it's not good enough, you could always get them to send 10 rust-proof pounds and you could increase the font size and send them an email.
That is a good idea. I quite like that. I like the rust-proof pounds.
Yes.
That is good. Is that coated with chromium?
I don't think so, not now.
Oh, is it like stainless steel? No, iron is steel, isn't it? I mean, iron isn't steel. Stainless steel is steel. Iron is a different thing. I mean, I used to iron my shirts, but I don't do that at the moment because I've just been a bit lazy, really.
The boss also was saying
Yes.
that you should do with a week's course on how to work your equipment.
Yeah, I probably need a month's course on how to work my equipment. I've been doing this since 2005, not the live show, but podcasts, and some of this equipment is a little bit tired. So are the wires, and so is the user who uses it. And there's probably a way to do it on a mobile phone that you just swipe at stuff and it's all done for you. But I am a bit Heath Robinson. I do like the old-fashioned wind-up things. We've got wind-up internet here. Anytime anybody rings up about my internet, I wind them up. We also have clockwork oranges, which is difficult to swallow if the mechanics get stuck in your throat.
Yeah.
And all sorts of bits and bobs here, haven't we?
Now, how about getting a button for Julia so that when you get carried away, all she has to do is press a button
and get me back.
5 minutes on our ukulele till you calm down, then give you back the program.
Well,
I think I like you.
I would hope that if I get carried away, the lovely Julia will race after and punch the blokes in the face and bring me back.
Yeah, it's quite. Badum-tish.
A badum-tish.
Right, okay, so...
Have we running...
There's Eagle Blimey. Oh, no, that's somebody else.
Yeah.
Eagle Blimey and a laxative, the two Russians. The only trouble is this a laxative, I've been chasing it, or he's been giving me the runaround all this time.
Yeah, it can do that. His boss has a lot to say. Put your boss on a minute.
Well, that's it. I tell you what, Richard, it's taken me ages. I hope it has been entertaining.
Of course it's been entertaining. I love it.
Very much.
I'm Sensible Paul, by the way.
Are you? Sensible Paul. There we go.
Yeah.
So now listen, Sensible Paul, I know you'd like 20 minutes on masks talking.
No, thank you.
Because I know how much you enjoy. I saw your comment before about how you enjoyed Friday's show.
Yeah, unfortunately I was feeling a bit down and...
It can happen.
It just was a bit too much for me that Friday.
I know.
I can understand that.
I know.
Sorry about that.
I apologise. Oh, blimey, something else has just dropped off then. I'll just shove that up. So where are you actually? Where is Sensible Paul being not so sensible?
Langley side of Eastbourne.
Oh, there you are in Eastbourne. And is the sensible bit a bit like Little John, that you're not little, you're actually not you, but Little John was tall, so they called him Little. Sensible Paul is you're not really sensible. Is that how that works?
No, actually it's the other way round, because I used to volunteer up a railway and I kept saying, we could do this. Oh, that's a better idea.
So you can't do that. That's a bit too sensible.
So you were the sensible what? So what? You were there all. So whilst everybody else said, "Why don't we take the damsels and just tie them to the line?" and you said, "Well, why don't we actually put them on a train and give them a nice cup of tea?" And they went, "Oh, that's a better idea."
That's it.
That's it. So we still haven't heard the boss. I want to hear from the boss. What's the boss's name?
Well, that was...
You could make one up if you like. Just trying to be helpful.
Well, that was Lord Elpers.
Oh, Lord Elpers. Is Lady Lord Elpers there?
No.
She's not coming on?
No, there is no Lady Lord Elpers, thank God.
Lord Elpers. Oh, dear. This is funny, says Sean Ford. See, the audience have appreciated it. Put the boss on, says John B, and we'll soon have you sacked. There we are. We want to have a word. We want to make sure that everything's... Sensible Bull lives in... Station Master's Choice is now sweeping. He's combing the Langley side. He's going, right, all my contacts, who do we know? We will send out. He'll be out.
I live so that there's nobody in front of me, and I've got the marshes right in front.
The marshes?
Yeah, and I can see up to the main road going to Tesco's and that.
Oh, not the A27?
No.
Not that main road?
No.
The one to Tesco's that narrows it down. Where's Tesco's? Is that near the Mumbles, the Crumbles?
Yeah. Yes. Because
you weren't the bloke who murdered
to the roundabout and then across, and I'm along there.
You're not the bloke who murdered Irene Monroe, are you? In 1936, I think it was.
I didn't want to say anything to anybody. I've been trying to keep in front of people low profile.
Well, 2 innocent blokes were hanged over that, if it was you. But anyway, so the Mumble, yeah, because I spoke to Bernie, I think, saying the Mumbles is now, not the Mumbles, the Crumbles. The Mumbles is in Wales, isn't it? I have Sean James Cameron on going, Sean James Cameron from Wales. The Mumbles have been in Wales ever since. They've never been in Cardiff, because we've got Lane, Gloff, Gif, Goff, Gif, Gaff, Gif, Gif, Giffy, Gif, Goff, Gif, Gif, Gam, Gam, Gog, 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 Gog.
Yeah, Llangollen, great place.
Yes, exactly.
It is.
So where is your favourite place to go? If you could go there today and have a holiday, where would you go, Sensible Paul?
Actually, Wales.
Huh?
I would like North Wales.
North Wales, Anglesey.
Yeah.
Nice at that Anglesey across the Menai Strait.
Yeah.
Or
Although I did live in Kendal, up in the Lake District, in Cumbria.
Oh yes, out there in Cumberland.
No, Cumbria. You keep saying about Cumberland, but then you say stuff that was on Westmoreland.
Westmoreland.
Yes, you keep saying stuff that was in Westmoreland and then calling it Cumberland.
Oh, well, I apologise for that. I'm sorry, my geography is not very good once I get outside Sussex. You see, I read these old books and they keep referring to places like Cumbria as Cumberland. And it always... It amuses me when they say that. It's like when they often talk about local to me down here in Wessex. And you go, Wessex? Where's Wessex? And, of course, Wessex is west of sex. And if you've ever had sex, you'll know what's west of it. And where is the west of it? I want the west of my... Anyway, what?
I'm not saying a word.
No, quite.
No, me neither.
So it is interesting because you read these old places, and I think sometimes it's quite nice to keep these places because Cumbria, it's a nice name, but Cumberland is a much nicer name, don't you think? Cumberland.
Can you imagine if Northumberland changed their name? Northumbria.
Northumbria. We should
doesn't sound right, does it?
We should just change the endings. I mean, because Sussex could be Susbria for a change, and Cumberland could be Cumsex. Oh no, we better not do that one. That would
No, don't go there.
I just died.
Maybe.
I just died.
Maybe we shouldn't play that game.
No, please, let's not.
I mean, Barrow Furnace was actually in Lancashire.
Was
and
it?
You had to drive through Cumberland to get to it.
Yeah, Cumberland. Yeah, oh right. To get to. Oh, did you? To Barrow-on-Furness.
To Barrow Furnace.
Barrow. Yes, not Barry. Barrow.
No. You're back down Wales again.
I'm back down there, oh, marvellous. Has anyone seen G Ramps, by the way? We've lost G Ramps. We're a bit worried about him. He left.
G Ramps, wherefore art
We
thou?
we lost him in Worthing, and he said he had a sat nav. I mean, for all I know, he's run out of power somewhere, and he hasn't got a key, so he can't wind up the car. And it took him ages to work out how to get the genie point to work. So that Cumberland Pie, you know, there. Elaine Whitelock is talking about Cumberland Pie. They didn't call Cumbria
Zom
pie.
Coco says, I love Cumberland sausages.
The Cumberland sausages full of...
Maybe that's why they changed it, so that they're not
Full of land.
constantly associated with the pie and sausage.
Well, it's been an absolute...
I don't know.
It's been an absolute joy, Sensible Paul, talking to you. Please, 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 we beg you, ring in again. Get some more
Definitely.
gags, and
All
it's
right,
fun.
I mean, it took me a long time, but I will have another go.
Yeah, we appreciate it. The people out there loved it. I
Good.
thought it was a hoot.
It was wonderful to hear
I love
your voice.
talking to people who are challenging. I don't mean that in a bad way. That came out wrong.
no.
But what I mean is when people just ring in, they go, "Oh, hello, Richard. How are you?" And they go, "Yeah, no, I'm fine." It's mad. I love it when people ring in who are a bit off the wall, and you kind of go, "Oh, this is an interesting call," because it doesn't faze me. Because I just, you know, say, "Oh yeah, I'll go along with it." You see, when you used to do improvisation, there was the golden rule in dramaed improvisation was always to say yes. Always, whatever they give you, go with. Never go, "No, I can't do that." Because that closes it down. You would always embrace what somebody says. So if you rang up, unless it's obviously very dodgy, if you rang up and said, you know, "I've just trained a whole load of elephants that are going to jump up and down," I'd say, "That's fantastic. Let's see them."
Other viewers,
Yeah.
by the way, are asking which railway you work on.
Oh, what railway do you work on?
I used to be on the Lavy line, Lambda line.
On the
up
old,
at Eastbourne.
on the old Lovey line.
Lavy.
Oh, on
as
the
in
Lavy.
lavender.
Lambda line.
Oh, I
Eastbourne.
see. I was looking a bit flushed. Sorry, not that kind of lav. That's very not on the Lavy line. Where did that go from?
Eastfield is only about a mile
Oh,
it
what?
goes up
Oh,
to
I know.
the
Oh,
green.
I know. Is that now the restaurant one where it chuffs about with meals on wheels?
No, but the Bluebell line does that.
Is it got a restaurant? Is that, what am I thinking? The one near Crowborough,
That's
Tunbridge, on the way to Tunbridge, near Lewis, near Uckfield, somewhere around that neck of the wood.
Yeah, it's near
working?
Upfield, yeah.
Yeah.
You go through Lewis, come from Lewis, and then you turn off to the left again. And
I believe that
Eastbourne.
Nicholas Culpeper lived at Isfield, at the church there. The church is about a mile down the lane, isn't it?
Possibly,
You ever
as I
been?
say, because I come from Eastbourne, I wasn't terribly au fait with everything there.
Oh, right. If you go down that road, you know where the there's an old-fashioned railway crossing, isn't there, with the signal change or whatever it is.
That's it. Yeah, that's the Lavey line. Yeah.
That's the Lavey line. Well, if you follow the main road, if you turn over the railway crossing and you go whatever way it is, north or east or whatever, away from the A26, and you head down towards the village, there's some old mills. Beautiful old mills. And you just go beyond the old mills. On the left, there's this little dirt track. Well, it might be tarmac now. And up the end there is the church. It's a very nice, grand church. And somewhere around there, old Nicholas Culpeper, the apothecary, who wrote numerous books on wild herbs and plants and apothecary stuff.
Right.
You didn't know that, did you?
No. Matt Green, who Station Master's Choice sort of knows, actually lived in the mill there.
Did he?
In Eastfield.
What a lovely place to live.
Yeah. Apart from when it gets a bit flooded.
Oh, is there still water down the bottom?
Yeah, and when it really floods, so they've got everything on like the first floor and nothing on ground floor.
Oh, I'm sorry, my tongue was doing some odd things. I would love to live in an old building like this. I mean, I'm in an oldish building, but it's not really, it's anybody could live in an old terrace. But lovely to have a distinctive old building that had a purpose like that. It'd be, to hear the creaks in the night of the ghosts of the old flour millers working away there, and the children that fell in the mill race drowning, calling out in the night, "Help, help. Help! Help! I'm in the water! Help! Help me!"
Blub, blub, blub.
Would be, it would just be great fun. Something for the old Doom Goblin to get involved in. But anyway, enough about Gretna. What's her name? That Thornburg
I'm not
woman.
going to give you that.
No, I can't even remember her name. Anyway, we must move on. I've enjoyed this conversation more than you realise.
All right, Richard. Thanks, Julia.
You take care. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you for calling in.
Right.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye-bye. There we are. That's sensible Paul. Probably not being as sensible as he normally is, but we thoroughly enjoyed all of that. Thank you very much. That was grand, wasn't it? And we encourage people to ring in and say hello. But not at the moment, because we've got to go back into the video box. And I was going to play something, but I have no idea what I was going to play. Oh, yes, we've got to go to Robert. Is Robert Croser out there? There he is. The Lavender Line. There we are. Robert Croser has taken a train, not on the Lavender Line, but to the weirdest of henges you could possibly see. It's a lovely henge. It's not Stonehenge, but it is circular. Robert, where are you?
Friends, Romans, Vobesters, lend me your ears, and indeed your eyes. Where am I? That is a very good question. Someone out there will know exactly where I am, and if that person doesn't, shame on you. Anyway, I'm at Mayburgh Henge. This is near Penrith, in the Northern Lakes, about 18 miles from Carlisle, where I live. And this is a prehistoric henge. It's more like an amphitheatre. Just look at the size of this, folks. Single standing stone left. Now, I have it on very good authority that was 6 here at one point, probably even more. but that's the last one, and it's very impressive. Look, it's like a Roman amphitheatre built from stones from the nearby River Eamont. It's my bike there. I've biked all the way from Carlisle. I can do it. Now I'm going to walk over to this stone. Now you'll see how busy it is. You'll just be able to see vans and lorries and cars. That's the M6. So it's fairly close, and it's near to the village of Eamont Bridge. There is the entrance where that huge tree is, or trees. There was 2 standing stones there, 2 large ones, but I think they were removed for gate posts and what have you. Those damn Victorians. And beyond that, that hump in the far distance is Cross Fell. Now, I've been to climbed Cross Fell a couple of times. It's relatively easy, believe it or not. You can drive up 3/4 of it, but the view from the top is stupendous. I'm going to pan round again as we come to the last standing stone itself of Mayburgh Henge, and it's a biggie. Big lump of quartzite, sharp granite, and despite the fact that the motorway is just a few yards from here, it's relatively quiet. Just look at the size of that bad boy. Now I know people who leave offerings here. I myself left an offering last time I was here. I'm no pagan, and I do respect paganism, but it felt right. I left some money in a crack. This crack. Let's see if it's still there. Nope, it's gone. Oh no, it's there. Look, Vobes. I left that here last time I was here, about 4 years ago. I came here with a partner of my choice, who's sadly no longer with us. Hey ho. But yeah, I can't believe it's still here after all that time. I'm a tight ass. Well, us bean counters are. Only left a penny. But hey ho, I'm really chuffed that's still there. Now this is the first part. I'm going to do hopefully 3, maybe 4 videos today. Next one is from a very early Christian site, if I can find it. But I'll just pan round once more before we turn off. And all this without a gimbal. Just a very steady hand. It'll give you an idea, folks, of the size of the area. It's like the size of 2 football pitches. Over there, quickly, just beyond that farm, is King Arthur's Round Table, a smaller henge. I'll take photographs of that because that's by the busy A6. So I'm going to let you go now, and more videos to come. Ta-ta.
Well, there you are. What about that? A lovely green as well. You could play cricket there. You could certainly play cricket. And you could use that great big stone there, the big bad boy, as he called it, as your wicket. LBW, if ever I saw it. They'll be able to pay. Yeah, it's interesting you managed to keep that penny in the stone all that time. 400 years. He's an old bloke, isn't he? We have a call on the telephone honker. Let's find out who it is.
Someone on the Hellingbone.
Hellingbone.
Hello,
Hello, Hellingbone.
Richard, how are you? Lord, please.
Oh,
Lord.
yes, sorry, I beg your pardon, your lordship. I'm doffing my cap.
Doffing the cap.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, I was been watching and I thought the Eastbourne Massive are coming onto the show, so...
Yeah, the Eastbourne Mafia.
Massive.
Yeah, all coming up.
Yeah.
Eh? Well, I'd have thought about you the other day. I made a loaf of bread that looked like you.
Yeah, I showed it.
Yeah. And the other day we went out. I thought I saw you. I brought everybody up from London.
Yeah.
They haven't seen bluebells, and I thought I saw you because we all went over the gate, all everywhere, loads of us, all to go and see the bluebells. And I thought I saw you and Julie down by having a cup of tea.
Oh, yeah, so that was you, was it? Was that your land that you were trampling over with
I don't know who
big
Julie is.
club feet?
Yeah, well, the Londoners ain't seen bluebells, have they? We don't
No,
know
that's
what the
true.
code
They
is.
don't know what it is.
No, I don't know what the code is. Oh, lock gates. We could have picked that.
Yeah, I bet you could. You and the craze.
You know, we lived next door to the mother.
Yeah.
If that's any, yeah, remember her.
Oh,
yeah,
you
very
lived
good.
next door to the mother, did you? I bet you didn't do any naughty stuff there because you didn't want the
No, I
sons
was
coming
only-
round,
I was
did you?
only- No, I was only 9.
Were you?
Yeah, when they were there, yeah, I was only 9.
Well, they would have looked after. If anything happened to you, they would have looked after you, wouldn't they?
I remember sitting down next to one of their cars and looking at. Do you remember the hubcaps on the cars?
Yeah, they used to have hubcaps. I remember that.
And I remember combing my hair and all that lot. And I remember they were.
You remember combing your hair?
Yeah,
I
on
remember
the-
that vaguely.
On the hubcaps. On the hubcaps.
Oh, you mean looking into the hubcap?
Yeah.
All right, you
On
could
the-
just make it a bit more obvious because I just thought you meant you remembered combing your hair. I mean, I take you literally.
And I thought they were massive, great cars. My dad said no, they were only Zephyrs.
What's a zephyr?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's good.
I know, yeah. So, but I thought of you the other day making that bread. As soon as it came out the oven, mate, that's Richard.
Has G Ramps turned up because he was telling me that he's got a bread maker. He loves making bread, but he's got a bread maker and it takes something like 3 hours. He shoves all the ingredients in one end and then it comes out. He eats it and it comes out the other end.
No, mate. Knock it up by hand.
Do it by hand. That's exactly my sentiment. You see.
Yes. You know, you enjoy it better when it's done by that.
Mm.
It tastes much better.
Especially if you haven't washed your hands for weeks.
Wash your hands. Who told you to wash your hands?
Nobody. I don't.
No.
I know. I make sure they're
No.
flushed in COVID. These hands,
Well,
flushed in them.
no, but I thought I'd ring you up because the Eastbourne and lot will be ringing you up
Yeah,
later.
the Eastbourne Mafia.
Yeah, we'll all be ringing you up later.
Yeah, we'll have the what is it? The Eastbourne couple. We'll have Bernie, and we'll have. We've already had Sensible Paul. There's probably another bunch of Eastbourne viewers who we don't know about.
Well, that's right. Well, when we all can come meet up, Richard, we'll all have to meet up one day and bring
I'll be ill that
bring
day.
our breads and our cakes and whatever.
Oh, well, I will turn up then if you're going to bring your bread. Your bread always looks so much nicer than my bread.
Really?
Yeah, my bread comes out. I mean, it's lovely, my bread, but it is like a brick.
Oh, right. Well, the thing is, you ain't got the right bowl.
Got the right bowl?
Yeah.
Little right bowl, little right bowl. That's what you need, a little white bowl. All I need do a little white bowl, little white bowl. Tommy Steele. You remember Tommy Steele and his mini?
I do.
And his teeth?
I went and saw him at the Palladium once.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. He was,
He's still alive, I think.
Scrooge, he is.
And he still looks the same. He still looks 21.
21.
I mean, he must be in his mid-80s, but his little white bowl, great. Love him.
That's it. Well, there was that song years ago when he sung What a Picture. Do you remember that
What a
one?
picture, what a picture, what a photograph.
That's it. The words in that, it was just
That's from Half a
unbelievable.
Sixpence, the musical.
That's it. Love that song.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Diddle-it, down on the big bass drum. Bom, bom.
Yeah, well,
What a
that's
picture,
good, mate.
what a
That's good,
picture,
mate, boy.
what a bang on a big da-da-da-dum. In order to keep it in the family. Album. Keep it in the family, keep it in the family, keep it in the family. Album.
I love Julie's face when you're doing something like that. Her face. is
I know,
brilliant.
she doesn't know what to do.
Apparently, Tommy Steele is 84.
Tommy Steele is 84. There we are. I said mid-80s, didn't I? It wasn't a bad thing. Tommy Steele, eh? Oh, you can't go wrong with it.
Clacker, janger, ringer, janger.
Oh, yeah, clatter, janger, ringer, janger. That's what I would do if I had all that money could burn. If I had all that money could burn. If I had all that money could burn, I'd buy me a banjo. Clatter, janger, ringer, janger, buy me a banjo. Clatter, janger, ringer, janger, buy me a banjo. Clatter, janger, ringer, janger. That's what I would do if I... Anyway, it goes on a bit like that. We had to learn that one. I did that as a musical theatre number. All tits and teeth. Tits and teeth.
Yeah. Did it sound like that, did it?
It sounded better actually when I
Oh, did it? I was
when
gonna
I
say,
didn't.
oh, it's
Yeah, because I was told my music
fake,
teacher told me
brilliant.
to not actually sing because I was tone deaf or something.
I love it. I
Tone
love
deaf.
it.
It's tone
Well, I'm
tone
gonna
deaf.
go, I've got a bun in the
Deaf.
oven.
You mean deaf?
Yeah, deaf. You got a bun in the oven, have you?
Yeah, I've got a bun in the oven. So I'll
You
make
dirty old man, your age.
Make sure that's all right.
Yeah, all right then, Lord Jeffrey. It's been lovely to wax lyrical with you.
That's all right, mate. you know, love the songs.
Love those songs. Love them. Little
You
white
two
ball.
take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, look after yourself. Thanks for coming along.
THTFN.
Bye then.
Goodbye. Goodbye. There we are. That was his lordship. We do have a little bit of hierarchy in here. It's a shame that Bonnie's not here, because she said the other day into one of my comments, actually, she said, "Oh, Richard, you never talk about class when I talk about Englishness. You never talk about class." And there was Lord Harrington talking to Harris. That's it. Lord Carrington talking to us from his wonderful mansion down there in Shambadi.
It makes some nice noises when I do this.
It does actually, yes, it's very true. Dean Cooper says, bye-bye, folks. Tea cooking, not burning. Goodbye. Didn't know it was there. Right, time for another video. We are running out of time rather rapidly. This is a video from... he's not here, is he? I wanted to show you a bit of... what's his name? Chris. G-Ramps. He's driving. He's driving and near misses with police vehicles. But we may have to leave that till the next time he's here, because I want him to be in the audience. He sent it in. I want him to appreciate it. But he may actually be at the moment with a slightly different thing with the police vehicle. He may be sitting somewhere in Clink, for all we know, or in hospital. Now, don't joke about these things.
No, don't.
No, he could be there, like, on his last gasp, for all we know. So we hope he isn't.
So he carries on.
So yes, stop joking about it.
Sensible, you.
Sensible Paul. By the way, Sensible Paul said thanks very much for his phone call, which was right. We looked at the bluebells, so we haven't done Sawn Things loop, have we? Let's go to, and then we've got Mark Burgess, and then that's kind of it. Good. I'm glad we got out of that one. That's kind of it. So Sean James Cameron is taking us around London, as you know, with it, thoroughly enjoying these London loops. We're on loop 10. I cannot believe that we've had 10 of them.
I know.
And he hasn't got to Newgate yet, but never mind. Let's see. Sean James Cameron continuing with the London loop. Thanks, Sean.
If you're up for something a bit more alcoholic, you can pop over to the Bear and Ragged Staff, which is just opposite the waterfront gardens. That gentleman just walking off there, he didn't want to be on camera, but he's just told me these are the Empire buildings, and he's 70 years old, and when he was a child, this here was a cinema. This is called Lindy Lou's Vintage Tea Room and Shop, but it's the site of what was the local toilets. So I've just popped inside the Lindy Lou's, and this is the first thing you see. Nice little setup here. And you can come and sign the visitor's book. What a great start to a walk. Look at this here. Just got a cup of tea, and it's done in the old-fashioned way. So you need to get a tea strainer. And there you go, look at that. What a brilliant way to start a walk. Or even to end it. In fact, this is worth a visit, even if you aren't doing the loop. Beautiful.
This place was a vintage tea room for 5 years before we took over, and we've changed it from being the kind of vintage that related to the previous owner to being more just like my nan's life. So this is the vintage that we relate to, and we add to it all the time. So whenever you come back, you'll find something else to look at.
And it was originally a toilet, I believe.
In the 50s, I think, it was a very small block of a building, sort of a few metres square. So this building per se is not the loo that people relate to when they say Lindy Loo. It's actually that part of it relates to a lady's name, but by coincidence it was once a public toilet, a much smaller toilet block than this. This was once the mayor's parlour, as well as other, it has had other uses since it was built in the 60s, I think. So.
I know you open every day.
We open from Wednesday to Saturday 10 till 4 and Sundays 10 till 3. It's a good idea to book ahead if you know you're going to meet us, because it's sad to turn anyone away.
It's a bit windy out here today. What a beautiful place that was. Lindy Lou's Cafe. In the book of the London Loop it just says cafe, but it's far more than that. It's one of these destinations. But what she did say is they do get quite busy. So if you do want to come and visit, book online. I'll put the details in the description below of how to get in contact with the cafe, but I'll definitely be coming back. In fact, I could have stayed there for quite a while, but let's crack on with the London Loop. Interesting to note that we're actually standing on the Crave Ford, which was the road apparently that led from London to Dover.
Bloody cheek that is. It's just him having a cup of tea. You can get... Right, we'll just get on with the walk end. Love it. Lindy's Loo.
What a lovely tea room. And that lady, the co-owner,
yeah,
she looked like a really lovely person. I love how she's done her makeup and hair and the, what do you call it, the headscarf.
Very nice. Very 1940s.
Very nice. Yes.
Bit of nostalgia. Everybody loves a little bit of nostalgia from time to time. So there we go. The ducks in the water, swimming on the drainage channel, runs past the bottom of my garden.
The ducks in the video.
Oh, in the video. Yeah, we haven't got to that yet. We haven't got to that, Mark. Panic not. It's coming. It's coming. But he says that the ducks coming in the video coming. But just before we get to there, yes, how interesting. And also the mayor's parlour, she said. The mayor's parlour, place where you put your horses. Ha 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 ha.
Female horses.
Female horses. What are they called? Nags.
No, mares.
Mares, that's true. Oh, yeah, the mare's parlour, of course. Sorry, I got confused then for a moment.
Yeah.
It's very easily done with my little brain. So there we go. Well, that was lovely. Thank you so much. And what lovely, we were remarking on the saucer and cup. And
yeah, they didn't match up properly, though, did they? I didn't think they were from the same set, but I loved the saucer particularly.
I hadn't noticed that they didn't match up, by the way. I thought they were. I thought they were. Like, I was not nitpicking at all.
It might have been just the.
Except you didn't fill the cup up very high, did you?
Yeah, you were whinging about that.
Yeah, I thought, look at that.
Yes,
he's not giving him a proper. I know he's holding a camera in one hand. I know how difficult it is, but
yeah, and then he can have a second cup that wasn't like a third of a cupful.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, like little drip.
Yeah, that's so annoying, isn't it? When you think you've got, another cup left.
Yes.
In the pot.
But I wonder if he offered to read the tea leaves back to them. Because, as you know, Sean James Cameron on the Sean James Cameron Tea Leaf Reading channel, which is a new channel of his, he set up this minute. It's great because he will read, "Richard, you're taking the mickey. Stop it or I'll beat you up." Oh, yeah. So we will move swiftly on. We have one more video.
Here's Bonnie H.
Bonnie, what time do you call this? This is a wonderful cafe, a bit like the... What time do you call this, Bonnie?
Library.
We've been looking out for you all the way through the show, and right at the very end, you turn up. You missed the flower quiz that we didn't do because you weren't here. And
we did one of them.
We did one of them, yeah, we did. But she's got all the answers. She's got them all up her sleeve.
Oh, right, she missed it. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so we were saying, what's the answers? And nobody came. Oh dear. We've got black marks. Better than skid marks, actually, if you think of it that way. It's not so bad. And they can wash out in the wash and less smelly. Anyway, what we now need is just to complete tonight is G Ramps to turn up.
She's got decorators in. That's why she's late.
Oh, is that why you've got decorators?
Yeah, well, that little lad, she's sick of watching the Vobes show now. No, we're not allowed to watch that. We've got to keep painting, haven't we? Paint. That bloke and that woman, she's funny now. Paint. No, we're not watching, Bonnie love. We're just painting.
Paint. It's very easy to do. Paint. Oh, I've done it with my cigarette. Ah! She's got my home looks like a jumble sale. What? Anything? Let's have a rummage. Rummage around Bonnie's house. I wonder what she's got. I always used to love going to jumble sales. Used to love it. I preferred jumble sales to car boot sales. I found car boot sales were too upmarket. You know, people a bit more precious. Whereas a jumble sale, when I was a kid, used to bundle in, jumble, come on, yeah, get out of it. And people would be in there, rubbing all this. How much for that, love? 20p. 20p, 10p. Oh, I'll have it. Well, how much for that? And you'd go home and you'd no idea what you bought. You just bought stuff.
Kind of rubbish.
Yeah,
usually.
because you wanted to get it before anybody else got it because you thought it was going to be a bargain. But the car boot sales, far too twee, really. You know, they're all on these nice tables sitting out there going, oh, how much for that, mate? That is a genuine Chippendale chair worth £2,500.
I've never heard anybody speak like that at
But to you,
car boot sale.
£3.50, all right, if you take it now. Oh, hello, sir. Come over, come here now. That is very nice, self-panelled beetroot masher. It was used in the 1930s when the Depression was at its lowest and the inventors couldn't come up with anything new. They thought beetroot masher would be... it's used to be £16, 4 shillings and threepence halfpenny, but 19p for you if you've got it, or 20. I'll take 20p in chair. All right, move along now because you're making the place look messy. Yes, madam, is it madam under that strange hat? Do come forward, madam. Yes. What? You're a police officer? Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm so sorry. This is all stolen goods. Yes. Look, there's a jaguar.
Did you say you were going to play another video?
Am I on another planet or something?
I think you are.
Does the world not follow where I'm going? I must be... God, what would happen if I had dementia? No one would know, would they?
No.
They would have no idea. They would go, that bloke, he's always like that. There's nothing wrong with him. He's been like that since he was a kid. How he gets up in the morning and walks and talks sensibly about bluebells, I have no idea. Julia needs to use that device on Richard's head more often. It has a very smoothing effect.
Soothing.
Yes, it does. It tingles on my tonglers. Whew. I tell you. In France, David Vad, they say the English are coming. What's your name? The English, they are coming. What should we do? Shall we hide? Yes, we will hide under the table. All right, it's a good... Time for another video. Bonnie sent in a video. We haven't got time to put Bonnie's video. Somebody's been making a fool of themselves. Bonnie sent... We'll have to save Bonnie's video for when she hasn't got the decorators in. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is a video from Mark Burgess. And as he said, the canal... What is it? The drainage ditch or something? Whatever. The water trough. The water at the back of his hat. Very nice. Very nice. As ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the ducks are swimming in the water. Tra la 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 la. Tra la 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 la. Bit of lemon jelly there for those of you who know. Anyway, here he is.
Here come the ducks. Hello, ducks.
I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that. It was just there's a certain sequence at the end of the videos that one has to go, and that is to stop the whistler coming in, the dreaded whistler. So there we are. Thank you very much indeed. We love seeing the ducks, and how lucky you are to have water at the end of your garden like that, so close to. We do have the sea, but neither Julia nor I, who live very close, but not close enough to actually see it from our rooms.
Yeah. What was the point you came to?
Well, I'm saying how nice it is for Mark.
Yes.
To have the water. But what we can do is fill up washing up bowls, and look at those. Swish the water. No ducks on it unless they're the plastic variety.
I have got a big load of water in my garden.
Oh yes, that's true.
It's called an above ground swimming pool.
Yes, it's deep, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's
60 foot.
No, it comes up to about, I think it's my chin if I'm standing in it. The water
You
level
do
then
actually
comes up
have
to
a
my chin.
swimming pool in your garden.
I do actually have a swimming pool in my garden. It's hardly ever warm enough for me to even put a toe in it, though.
Excuse me, we have
We have a
Steve Baker. We just,
Hello, phone call.
every time Steve rings, I get. No, it's working now. It's working now.
It's done it.
Hang on. Good afternoon. Can I help you?
Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm very well. Thank you very much, Steve Baker. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just ringing to say no hard feelings about the M word.
About the M word. Ah, yes. Well,
I'd hope so. Thank you.
That motorway has got to be built, and I'm sorry that it's being built through your shop.
Well, it's being built through the whole of Arundel and onto Chichester.
Yeah, that's true. That's a shame. Yeah, we didn't get time to talk about masks in today's show.
No, we're not going to talk about them now.
That's right. We haven't got time now because we're now over time. But how is the world of Steve Baker?
It's manic at the moment. It's a bit manic. Yeah.
Well, thanks for that elaborate description of how busy you are at the moment, where you are. Manic. Yeah.
We've got to get you and Julia into the shop, haven't we?
You have, yeah. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. There's an invitation. A date needs to be. Not that you sell dates, of course, because you sell confectionery, not fruit.
Have you eaten your way through those licorice?
I've come to a point where I've wrapped up the bag and I've put it away because every time I was coming in the studio, I was just having a little. Oh, I'll just have one. And then I realised I thought I'm on a sugar diet, so I've actually wrapped all of them up and I've put them in a safe place.
Not in your box out the front of your house.
No, not in the box out the front house. They are actually hidden in the kitchen at the moment. And then at certain times I go, oh yes, I forgot I've got some of it. Then it's a nice surprise, you see. I meant to give G Ramps a whole bunch of stuff when he came. Julia's looking for it. They're not in here in the
I just
kitchen.
remembered that I have a mask that is in here.
A mask?
An eye mask.
A mask?
A mask?
Yes.
Julia?
Yes, a Mardi Gras eye mask.
Oh yes, that's probably here somewhere.
I was going to make a joke, but I've ruined it. But there's the hat.
Yeah, there's the hat. Well, you wore the hat the other time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the mask is.
No, I don't know where it is.
I'm going to have a dig around.
Well, the whole studio is going to be moved upstairs.
Yeah, and you'll probably chuck it.
And G Ramps came in and saw the studio earlier today. Oh, we had a picture. Where's that picture? You got a picture on your phone?
Yes, I do.
Just to prove that he actually, because the police may need to see. They've put out an all points bulletin at the moment. We're trying to find out what's happened to him. He's conked out in his car somewhere on the A36 towards Dorchester, and his battery has run flat. He was overcharged by the Genie Point here in the supermarket. And we now have the picture. Unfortunately, I haven't got it on my thing to show you, but the lovely Julia's got it on there. And
if we can get it to
do it on the put it in front of the mobile camera.
You
know, the
it's
little
not focusing
on this one.
This is not so good a quality. Oh no, that's fine.
There we are. Look, ladies and gentlemen, the one in the red t-shirt, that's me. Not t-shirt. The one in the front, that's Julia. The one. Yeah, the one in the back, that's him with the strange hat that looks like a slide.
Oops.
Oh, it's gone. Something's happened.
Slide on his head.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was. That may be why things went. We're trying to focus the. Yeah, there we are. Look. Anyway, there it is. Lovely. Anyway, we don't know what's happened to him. we've had no word. I mean, I may be able to ring him really, but I don't have his number. I have his number on here, but I can't ring out. Isn't that strange?
Well, we'll have to take it off there and use it on one of the other phones.
What about doing a reverse charge call? Does that still exist?
I don't know whether he can do reverses. I mean, he's got this electric car. It goes forwards, but I really don't. Maybe it does. Actually,
You're missing the point, Richard.
Yeah.
In the old days,
Yeah.
when you went out and you wanted to contact your parents,
yeah.
you picked up a phone in a telephone box and said, I want to make a reverse charge call.
That's right. And then they got lumbered with it. And when you came home, they said, have you made an error? And they said, well, we know. That's just constant. Do you know how? Don't do that again unless it's an emergency. You get your legs slapped and sent to bed.
Yep, exactly. That's what used to happen to me.
The great thing about that is, though, when they sent you to bed, you didn't have to do the homework. Because they'd forgotten you hadn't done it. You were going to do it before you went to bed. You never did it, did you? Did it when you were having breakfast. 2 and 2 is 4. Quick Weetabix in there. 5 and 5. Oh, God, I have no idea. Is it 88? 88, that'll do.
Yeah, reverse charge calls, they were the best.
Yeah, there we go. Use your landline, says Mike. I don't know his number. I don't know. I mean, it's on.
No, yes.
I don't know his number. There are like billions of numbers here.
Oh, I see. It's one of those numbers.
It's one of them, but I don't know which one it is because I haven't written them down, you see. Everybody should shout out the music of Nick Drake.
My doctor rang me on my landline today.
Your doctor did?
She did, yeah. She rang me up on my landline and I said, do you know what? You're lucky I answered it because I only ever get calls from Amazon on my landline.
Yeah. And what was it about? Is it anything serious that we need to know about? You need to share us the troubles with your prostate or something?
Carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh, carpet tunnel syndrome.
Carpal.
Oh, not the tubes that you get when you buy a carpet and they come in a tube and you...
No, a tube that your ligaments and tendons go through in your wrists.
The median nerve in your hand.
Oh. Is that from eating too many sweets?
No, she said, have you been doing a lot of keyboard work lately? And I said, well, only when I watch a Vobes show.
Yeah.
She said, you're suffering with Obi-Wan Kenobi syndrome.
That can happen. Repetitive Vobes syndrome, that's the trouble.
Yeah, she said, come in tomorrow, I'm going to put an injection into your hand.
That's nice. Is it full of...
Is it a steroid injection?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had one of those in that hand when I was having trouble with it.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Yes, I hope it gets well soon.
Thank you for putting us out of our misery, and we hope that she puts you out of your misery.
Thank you, Richard. I love you too.
Well, no, I'm just saying because you were you said you had this carpet tunnel misery going on. I'm hoping that the doctor. She sounds like a nice lady who knows what she's talking about. Good job you didn't come to me with the problem because I would be selling you a bit of second-hand carpet roll or something.
Oh dear.
I would never come to you with my problem, Richard.
Excellent. I'm very pleased. You know what it is. Say a problem shared is a problem. That's a bloody nuisance. Anyway, listen, we've got to go, but thank you very much for calling us, for giving us the what did you call it? The M celebration for All Is Forgiven or something?
No, we're not going to discuss the M word anymore.
No, that's right, yeah. Mum's the word.
Mum's the word. I will send you an email around arranging a date for the shop.
Lovely.
Awesome.
Thank you very much indeed.
All right, love you both loads.
Love you
Take
guys
care,
both
look after
too.
yourselves.
Take care, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks for calling.
There we are, the lovely Steve Baker there, being as erudite as ever, whereas I was being erudite, stuck in a rut. But never mind. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the end of the show. We'd just like to say a big, big thank you to everybody who has participated in the show. Big thanks to Sensible Paul, who rang up and gave us a laugh halfway through, which is superb. If you're a new caller, you get the special accolade. Accolade! If you're a regular caller, you just get some bread with marmalade. It's not quite the same, but we do our best. Thanks to Judith, who's been out there monitoring. Thanks to Bernie, of course, to Sean, to Robert Croser, to Chris G-Ramps, who is somewhere lost. We hope that he's okay. If anybody hears from him, then if anyone's had a crash on the roads, the back streets to wherever he lives, then I'm sorry about that. Sean James Cameron, thank you for Loop 10. To Simon Holber for the Bluebells, lovely to hear back from you. Mark Burgess, of course, and to Bonnie's first quiz, thank you for that. We've got Bonnie's other video, which will be on Wednesday. The lovely Richard will be back on Wednesday, and the lovely Julie will be back on Friday from the remote studio. And I think that's all the thank yous. Thanks to all the emails. Thanks to Lord Jeffrey for the phone call and the bread picture. And thank you for the lovely Julia for coming in and making it all possible.
Thank you for Richard for putting it all together.
Yeah, thank you for making a right mess of it. And there we go. Look after yourselves. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Take care. We'll see you on Wednesday, in fact. Now, how do I get out of the show thing? Oh, yes. We have to blow big, hard puff.
3,
Are you ready?
2, 1.